Hey everyone, it's Mike from Destinations to Travel coming to you live today from Disney's Port Orleans Resort, Riverside. We are continuing our Walt Disney World Resort Hotel Spotlight series. All year long, we're going to be getting out to every single Walt Disney World Resort hotel. We have been sharing sort of preview videos of each hotel at the start of the week, and then throughout the week we share a little bit more information. We give you a look at the rooms, at the food, at whatever makes the resort special. And then the week-long spotlight culminates in a live stream, so we can get out to the resort. You can see it for yourself, you can ask some questions, and really just get a feel for what the resort is like. And maybe this is the resort for your next Walt Disney World Resort vacation. So it is a beautiful Saturday afternoon here. I guess noon on the dot. Well, now it's technically afternoon, right? Hi, Kevin. Hi, Jack. Thanks for joining me today. We are starting out at the front of the resort, as we always do, at the main entrance. We got the bus station right out here. So if you're going to stay here, you can hop on the buses to any of the Disney parks. You can also get boat transportation to Disney Springs from this resort, which is really nice. 2 weeks ago, we were out at Port Orleans French Quarter, which is and is not the same resort. They are technically two different resorts, but they are pretty much right next door. You can walk between the two of them. And the theming, in my opinion, is plussed over here at Riverside. I think maybe the theming is still on par, but the luxury feel of this resort is just the next level, and we'll see that as we make our way around here. Kevin, no, I did not go to a park today. We are resort focused right now. We did have Robbie out recently at a Disney California Adventure, so you can go back and check that video out on our Facebook. It's also up on our YouTube, youtube.com/D2Travel. And we'll get out to the parks again pretty soon. We were out at Epcot for the Flower and Garden Festival. I'm sure we'll get back there again. But for now, let's take a tour of Port Orleans Riverside. So we're going to head to the main entrance that'll head into the main lobby here. So if you are arriving at Riverside, you can see exactly how your experience would start. Hi. Thanks. All right, so here is the main entrance. You'd have your check-in to the right here. You can see just a beautiful big lobby. It smells fantastic in here too, which is always a nice plus. So here is where you would check in for your stay. And we're going to continue going this way, and then we'll circle back because the layout of this resort is a bit unique. But we're going to come past the main lobby, which we'll give you one more look here. We're going to come past into the game room. So the Medicine Show Arcade. And you'll see the theming of this resort is like very classic New Orleans. And nothing says classic New Orleans like Guitar Hero and air hockey. No, but you'll see like the Medicine Show Arcade, and you'll see some of the restaurants and the theming of the rooms. Well, not the rooms. We're not getting into the rooms, but you'll see the buildings are very well themed. Nice big game room here. If you're traveling with children, they'll love that. Let's head back outside here. And you can see it is aptly named Riverside. We are right on the side of what they call the Sassagoula River here. And again, you can get boat transportation to and from Disney Springs, as well as over to French Quarter. And then right out here, I'll show you, you can also rent Surrey bikes, which is nice. It's a nice long path. You can ride Surrey bikes around here. This is also where you would get on the boat transportation. You can see there is a running trail. And you can ride Surrey bikes along that trail. And again, here's where you get the boats over to Disney Springs. Now, they do also offer fishing excursions from Port Orleans Riverside, and there's the fishing hole is just at Old Man Island over there. We'll get over there in just a little bit, but this is one of the fishing boats. It just happens to be docked out here right now. And if you have not done a fishing excursion at Walt Disney World, if you are into fishing, if that's one of your hobbies, highly recommend it. It is awesome. It's great for beginners. I did one. I am not by any means a fishing expert. I caught a couple of fish. They do a really good job of making sure you're going to catch something. Hi, Randy.
Oh no, let's just go.
We're going to head back into the main lobby here. And so here's where we entered. There is check-in. And to the right, we've got the Fulton's General Store. This is, of course, your gift shop. And we'll head in here to find the resort-specific merchandise, as we always do. I do like that this one has character theming and even some fairly simple animatronics. Well, we have our Port Orleans Riverside merchandise here. Nice quarter zip, half zip, I guess. I like this mug a lot. And we have a polo. We got a water bottle, tumbler, and a t-shirt here. There's also a bag and another t-shirt. So I think that might be the most merchandise we've seen for any of the hotels yet. Each hotel has had its own merchandise, but not quite as big a selection. All right, and as we come out of Fulton's, head into River Roost, which is the bar and lounge area. And this is where you would see what I would say what makes this resort special, which is Yeehaw Bob. So you can see here's the bar here. And this is where you would see Yeehaw Bob perform. Piano, comedy, musical act. If you've been following along all week long, we had a video of him go up yesterday, thanks to Chip & Co. for supplying that video. Because I have actually never gotten a chance to see Yeehaw Bob in person before. Which I need to change. I need to get on that. Randy is on board. Next we have Boatwright's Dining Hall. This is the casual dining location. Which I mean, of the two, the other one is the more casual, but this is a table service. So we can pop in here a little bit. It's obviously not open just yet. You can see really cool theming in here. It is, well, I don't know. I was going to say it's fairly small, but then if you think about some of the other resort hotel dining options, some of them do have fewer tables than this, I suppose. Another thing I've never done is eat here at Boatwright's, which I should change. If you'd like to see... Oh, they have mobile check-in available. Sorry, I thought that was going to be the menu, but here's a peek at the menu at least. And again, we did highlight some of the food that's available at this resort. You can go back and check out our posts from throughout the week. And as we continue forward, we have the quick service / grab and go dining option here in the Riverside Mill. You can see they do serve breakfast here, lunch and dinner up until 11 p.m., which is really nice. Ooh, vanilla pancakes. That sounds good. Breakfast is served until 11 a.m., so that is done for the day. But something to keep in mind if you're staying here. And of course, they have all the different stations. And again, just really awesome theming in here. It is really just next level. And plenty of seating. It would have to be a really, really busy day to not find a seat here in the dining hall. Interesting. So a couple weeks ago, like I said, we were at French Quarter, and over in their quick service in Sassagoula Floatworks, they have Coke Freestyle machines. They don't have them here in Boatwrights. Or not in Boatwrights, in the Riverside Mill. All right, so we're going to circle back and head outside. And we're going to head over to Old Man Island, where the main pool is. And I do specify the main pool because this resort actually has 6 pools. Which I believe, I was not able to confirm. I couldn't get a real answer. Randy, maybe, I mean, I know you stay on top of the Disney Resort pools. Maybe you can get a definitive answer for me, but I believe this is the most pools at any one Walt Disney World Resort hotel. 6 of them. That's a lot. I know there are quite a few that have multiples, but I mean, maybe something like Caribbean Beach. I don't think they have 6 though. 6 is a lot. You can see the mill actually working over here. So peek behind the curtain. As we've been doing this Spotlight series, I've been getting out to all of the resorts to take a look around, put together those videos that you see at the beginning of the week. And man, I was already in love with this resort, but I just fell in love with it again walking around a couple weeks ago. It is, I mean, maybe the most beautiful resort on property. It's fantastic. So here at Old Man Island, this is where you'll find all of the recreational stuff. So you see, this is where you'll find the fishing hole. Bicycle rentals are obviously back behind us. But this is where you'll find the pool with like the rec team doing some of the fun games. Sounds like they've got, I don't know, scavenger hunt or something going on in there. And you can see here the signs letting you know where everything is. So like Alligator Bayou, Magnolia Bend, those are going to be some of the buildings where some of the rooms are. Obviously back towards the lobby. And then Fishing Hole Playground and Muddy Rivers. Oh, it is bingo. There you go. Randy says would have to recheck that to be sure, but it does sound correct, right? The 6 pools is a lot. You can see a pretty big pool area. They've got a slide in there. They've got hammocks. There's a hot tub. So everything you would need for a nice pool day. And then, of course, right outside, you've got Muddy Rivers, which is the poolside bar. There's Muddy Rivers. There are some games and things. You know what? We're going to head up there. Oh, sorry, excuse me. So you've got, of course, you got restrooms up here. You got a water bottle filling station, which is nice. You got some foosball. And then we have the playground here. Oh, I like the mill sort of ladder that they have going up there. That's pretty fun. You got a fire pit out here. We're gonna head this way. I'll show you the fishing hole. But again, walking around this resort, you can forget you're at Walt Disney World. I mean, it is beautiful and just so different. Like you were just in a completely different place. Here you go. There's the fishing hole. This is where you would get your fishing excursions. And presented by TakeMeFishing.org. The professionals that take you out into the various bodies of water of Walt Disney World do a really, really great job. Again, I did one a couple years ago, I guess, at this point. And no, it was only a little over a year ago. But we did one out of, where did we leave from? We left from Wilderness Lodge, or Fort Wilderness, and we got to fish out in Seven Seas Lagoon and Bay Lake. And again, I am not an expert fisherman by any means. And it was a lot of fun. We had a great time doing it. Randy agrees, absolutely easy to forget you're at Walt Disney World at this resort. I mean, look at this. And just wait, it gets better as we go on too. There are some of the buildings at this resort are unbelievable. So if you go to the left here, it's where you'll find some of the rooms, but we're going to continue to the right because a lot of it will be similar. Yeah, Randy says the paths at the backside are so quiet, and you're going to experience that pretty soon. Yeah, once you get away from like the lobby and Old Man Island, that's again where like all the recreation and the fun stuff is. If you want just a nice quiet walk, this is the place for it. So here you go. These are the Alligator Bayou rooms. And we'll do a quick lap through here. I think we have to circle back to make our way out of here, but that's all right. Oh, okay, I can't circle around this way, but we're gonna go back around that way. But again, the theming is top notch. It is like immersive back here. You can hear the difference. You don't hear the island anymore. The only sounds you might hear are one of the golf carts driving by as, you know, housekeeping goes by and things like that. Let's keep venturing back here. Hi, Ginny. Oh, when you say heading here in September, do you mean specifically Riverside or like just Walt Disney World in general? Riverside is actually one of the few that I have not stayed at yet. Actually, Port Orleans as a whole, I have not stayed at yet. And I'm going to have to change that because, like I said, I have fallen in love with this resort. It is fantastic. I'm just kind of following a path right now. I don't even know where it leads me, but I'm okay with that. Oh, another nice thing about this resort, as you're going to see in a second here, there's a lot of parking. So it's a very big resort. There's a lot of ground to cover, which can be frustrating when the parking is limited, but they did a really good job with this resort with parking basically surrounding the entire thing. So you can park pretty much right near whatever building you're at. So again, here's some of the parking, which I guess I can't circle around. No, so we're gonna head back the way we came in. But Ginny is coming to Riverside. That's awesome. It's our go-to. Nice. Yeah, this is a really good option, and this is a moderate resort too. So, you know, it's not the top of the line resort in terms of pricing. And again, when we see some of these other buildings, you're going to think otherwise. One of the pools is right back here. So again, along with the parking being convenient to wherever you're staying, whatever room you have. I'm going to pause for a second as this golf cart goes by. There are pools. You're never too far away from a pool. Like I said, 6 different pools at this resort. So while you might want to go to the main pool out on Old Man Island, you don't have to. There are other options, which is really nice. All right, I think this is going to take me out to the main path again here. Yeah, Randy said we had 0 parking issues when we stayed here. I know the only one that I had any issue with, and this doesn't even pertain to a lot of you who would, you know, if you're visiting, you're probably flying out, you're, you know, getting a shuttle over to Walt Disney World. You don't even have a car on property, so you don't even have to worry about it. But if you are parking, the only one I had an issue with, and it wasn't even really much of an issue, it was just that kind of a far walk, was at Boardwalk. And that was specific to the room we had and the one parking lot there. So, but yeah, otherwise, no issues with parking. Oh, there are also, I'm glad I saw this sign here, multiple bus stops around the resort, so you don't have to head all the way up to the lobby to get the buses. Which is another nice feature, and one that is offered at a lot of different Disney resort hotels. All right, so we have reached the next building, and this is where you sort of jump in tier here. I saw Randy said, I believe, you stayed at one of the Royal guest rooms. Yeah, said our daughter loved it. That's fantastic. It, again, we shared a look at the room types earlier in the week as part of our Spotlight series here. And so there's the standard rooms. You can get preferred location if you want to be closer to the lobby, things like that. But there's also the Royal guest rooms, which have Princess and the Frog theming, some Aladdin theming, and they look really just incredible. And again, we shared a look at them on our Facebook earlier in the week, so you can always scroll back and take a look at that. Randy does say, taking a bus back to the parks is a little more interesting. 4 stops within the resort. Yes, so there is that to keep in mind. I don't think I've taken a bus from this resort yet. I think I will be today, maybe. But yeah, that is something to keep in mind. That's the case with a lot of resorts too. Like I said, the Caribbean Beach is one that comes to mind. I don't know why, but that's the one that comes to mind for me right now. But a few of them will have multiple bus stops, and so maybe you're the last stop and you have to wait for several stops as you go around. Saratoga Springs, there you go. That's another one. So, you know, something to keep in mind when you're using the Disney buses. Randy says ours was a Princess and the Frog room. Very cool. So this is I believe it's the Acadia House. And again, this is where you'll find some of the rooms. And I mean, look at this. This is just a different type of hotel. Like, this is not what you expect when you are staying at a Walt Disney World Resort hotel. It's just beautiful. Oh, Randy points out Magic Kingdom bus is typically crowded by the time you actually make it to the park or head to the park. But that will also, of course, depend on time of day. So if you head to the park first thing in the morning, of course, yeah, you're going to deal with crowds. It all depends on how your day is going to go. Just like anything else. Now you can see on the right here, there are multiple bridges taking you over to Old Man Island. Again, that is where the main pool area is. And then to the left over here, and we're actually going to head over in this path here as we reach the Magnolia Terrace. There is a pool between Magnolia and Acadia. Again, there you go. There's another one of the pools. And again, there are 6 different pools at this resort, which, again, I believe is the most you'll find at any Walt Disney World Resort hotel. Can't think of one that has more than that. And again, this is Magnolia Terrace. And just, wait until you get to this courtyard area up here. Yeah, that's a good point from Ginny too. You can always take the boat, which there is a boat going by right now. Off in the distance there. I don't know if you can really even see it anymore, but you can hop on the boat over to Disney Springs. You can take transportation from there to any of the Disney parks if you'd like to do it that way. Look at this. You got this nice gazebo out here. And then, if I showed you a picture of this, you would not guess Walt Disney World Hotel. And you could be staying right here. Right here. And this still isn't even my favorite one. We got a couple more buildings we're going to head over to. I'll show you here in a second, but this is beautiful. Randy says we loved the magnolia trees. Unfortunately, they weren't blooming when we were there. Yeah, they when I was walking around a couple weeks ago, they were just starting to. Although I guess we'll get some more here pretty soon. Yeah, the theming of this resort is just next level, and it's still like, obviously you got the noise from Old Man Island right now, but there's not always bingo happening on the island, so you won't always have the voice coming over the microphones, but it's so well themed, and yet it's so quiet and relaxing, and it's a very different vibe for a Walt Disney World vacation. Now again, if you're staying at Magnolia, there is parking. You can follow the sidewalk right down here out to the parking lot. So you don't have a long walk to your car, no matter where you're staying at this resort. So we've reached the next building here. This is Oak Manor, and I think this is my favorite one. Yeah, you can see if we look out to the right, you are pretty much directly across from the lobby here now. So you would have to head back to the bridge over to Old Man Island to get across, or you could head over, there's another bridge up ahead. So if you're staying at Oak Manor, or I don't remember the name of the next building, but we'll see it soon, you would head down to that bridge to get across. Good point from Randy. A lot of the courtyard areas and open lawns are used for wedding pictures, and you will see why. I mean, you have seen why with the first two buildings, but this one too this is my favorite. Nice big turf lawn here. And if you saw the announcement for today's live stream yesterday, it was a photo taken of this lawn area. I mean, this is unbelievable. And I know a lot of Disney fans out there will say, like, I want the characters, I want that sort of theming. And there are little slight touches, like you got the trident here from King Triton. You got some of the princess tiaras and crowns. This fountain was on last time I was here. I'm sure it'll turn it on later in the day, but I like that it's subtle. I like that it's not characters in your face. I do like that too, but you know, sometimes you want to change a pace. So I just want to head up to this just first little flight of stairs here just to give you a view. And again, these are all rooms here, so you could be staying right here with this view in the morning. Oh, I'm gonna step to the side here and get out of somebody's picture so I'm not in the background. And here you can see you got the elevators in here. And again, there is parking just outside there. But yeah, just an absolutely beautiful resort. I really need to stay here myself. Stayed at most of the Walt Disney World hotels. This is not one of them. And I need to change that because it's quickly becoming one of my favorites. And again, the last time I was here a couple weeks ago, there were people just, you know, hanging out here. There was a couple with their two little dogs sitting out here enjoying the weather. That's awesome. It was just a beautiful day. And here goes one of the boats heading over to Disney Springs. Randy says, and yes, the fountain was running for the pictures. I think in our video that you can see back on, that we posted on Monday, which again should still be up on our Facebook right now, you can see the fountain running. And again, you'll see the Surrey bikes going around on this path here. And we're gonna head up to one more building here, one, maybe two more. I believe there is a pool in between these two as well. Yeah, I really need to stay here because I need to see Yeehaw Bob, which is, you know, he's sort of a legend of Walt Disney World, which is the musical comedy show over in River Roost, which if you joined us late, we were over there a little while ago, checking out the main lobby area. We also have a video of Yeehaw Bob up, we posted yesterday. And yes, there is another pool right back there between the Oak Manor and Parterre Place, which is right here. You can see a little bit hilly on this path, so the Surrey bike ride should be pretty fun. There's one of the boats coming from Disney Springs. And you can follow this path as well. Not this one that I'm on, because this one will just take you to that bridge and you'll cross over to the other side. But you can follow that path over there, over to Port Orleans French Quarter as well. So it's nice to have the amenities of both resorts. You can see them posing for a photo there. This is another really nice courtyard area. Oh, Randy says, we're just rechecking our photo albums. We stayed in Oak Manor. Yeah, that's my favorite. I love that courtyard. This one too, though. This is really, really nice. And this one does have some more theming. Tiana, Briar Rose. We got Belle over here. And again, just a beautiful courtyard area that you would not think Walt Disney World. All right, I'm going to try and move out of somebody's photo here. Yeah, this courtyard is also very, very nice. And again, you could have a room right here, just overlooking this courtyard area, overlooking the Sassagoula River, watching the boats go over to Disney Springs. You can walk over to see Yeehaw Bob at night, hop on a boat over to Disney Springs, which I was talking about the food options over there at Boat Rights and the Riverside Mill Dining Hall. Having the boat over to Disney Springs, I mean, you have almost unlimited food options at this point. You like got your little throne photo op here. Again, just a really nice view here. I don't know, this resort just has a lot working for it. The convenient parking, the convenient pools, the theming. I think it all comes together at this one. Definitely one of my favorites. And again, our Spotlight series is going to take us to every Walt Disney World Resort hotel this year. So continue to follow along as we get out to your favorite and maybe show you a new favorite. We have already done all 3 all-star resorts. So sports, movies, and music. We've gotten out to all of them. So if you have any questions, you can always go back and check out those spotlights, including our live streams. I apologize in advance. The all-star movies live stream has no audio. I don't know what happened with Facebook that day, but it didn't work. But we also did Port Orleans French Quarter a couple weeks ago. Now, I wouldn't have done French Quarter right after the All-Star. I probably would have worked my way up, done like maybe, and I think our next hotel is going to be Pop Century. And then we'll get out to Art of Animation. But I got out to Port Orleans French Quarter because that week happened to be Mardi Gras. So you can go back and check out the Mardi Gras parade. We have a video of that as well. And yeah, Riverside does do that as well here. The Mardi Gras parade actually starts here at Riverside. Way back there. And makes its way all the way to French Quarter. Now their Mardi Gras parade here is unique because it is done entirely by cast members. They basically form teams and create their own floats. And then you get a chance to vote on which float is your favorite. They have a theme every year. This year's theme was Disney music. So it was really cool. We saw some Aladdin, Encanto, of course, Princess and the Frog, a Goofy movie, which is my personal favorite. So yeah, that was really cool. And again, we have video of that both on our Facebook and on our YouTube, youtube.com/D2Travel. And I am just following the path along here just to give you an idea of how far this path goes. So we have reached the end of Riverside. That is the end of the resort. But I'm going to circle back around and we'll end with a view of the main lobby area because I got to go back that way to get on a bus anyway. So let's do that. But I want to show you here. That is French Quarter. Just across the road there. And you don't have to actually cross the road. You just follow this path. It circles back down to that path on the other side of the river. And this is what I was talking about before. You can ride these Surrey bikes around. This is a interesting little curve here. Very downhill, sharp turn. So be careful when you're riding the Surrey bikes. And actually there's a sign here letting you know. So just in front of us there, that is the main parking area for Riverside. So if you're checking in, you'll park there. And then depending on where your room is, they'll let you know where to park. Because again, there are multiple lots all around the outside of this resort, which makes things very convenient. And there you go. We are on the other side now. And the sign lets you know French Quarter to the right, Riverside to the left. So we're going to head back towards the main lobby area of Riverside. If you would like to see French Quarter, we were there a couple weeks ago. You can go back and check out that live stream. That live stream is also up on our YouTube channel. And while we're making this walk back up to the main lobby, which, see, is not too far, right over there, I will remind you that if you would like to get out here to Walt Disney World, whether it's specifically Riverside or whatever other hotel you'd like to stay at, head over to d2travel.com or send us an email at info@d2travel.com. That's d2travel.com. Let one of our amazing advisors start planning your next Disney vacation for you at no additional cost. It's a no-brainer. Planning a Disney vacation is not easy these days. There's a lot of details that go into it. So let them take all of that stress off of your shoulders. Let them do all the heavy lifting. Again, at no additional cost. If anything, they're going to make sure you get the best deal for what you're looking for. And speaking of deals, Disney just dropped a whole bunch of promotions for Walt Disney World this summer. So right now you can get 50% off kids tickets, ages 3 to 9. You can get a free dining plan. Of course, there are stipulations for all of these deals. So I believe it is 4-night stay. You have to book a package that includes a 4-night stay, plus 4 days of park tickets with a park hopper option, but a free dining plan. Man, that is a difference maker. What else? There's up to 30% off select resort stays. There's also a special 3-day, 3-park ticket that can get you to every Walt Disney World park except for Magic Kingdom. And that starts at $89 a day. So that's a pretty sizable discount for a Walt Disney World park ticket. So lots of great offers out there right now. And again, if you just let your Destinations to Travel advisor know what you're looking for, they'll find the best offer for you. So one more time, that is d2travel.com, d2travel.com. Click that request a free quote button, fill out the form. One of our advisors will get in touch with you and start planning your next Disney vacation. Because, I mean, how can you be looking at this and not think, I want to stay there? I live a half hour away and I want to stay here. All right, we have made it back to the main lobby area. And here is the game room, the arcade that we checked out earlier. If you missed any of that, you can always go back to the beginning of the video. Check out the dining options, the main lobby, all that fun stuff. But we are going to wrap things up right over here. So one more time, I will say, if you would like to get out to Walt Disney World or plan any sort of Disney vacation, Disney cruise, Disneyland, 70th anniversary of Disneyland's coming up. That's going to be a great time to get out there. Head over to d2travel.com or send us an email at info@d2travel.com. Let us start planning your next Disney vacation. But that is going to do it for us today. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Our Walt Disney World Resort Hotel Spotlight Series will continue next week, so keep an eye out for that. And if you want to see some of the other resorts we've already been out to, the All-Star Resorts or French Quarter, you can always go back on our Facebook or on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/D2Travel. You can check out those videos there. Let me catch up on a few comments before I close out. Sharon says, looks so pretty. Yes, it is a beautiful resort, one of my favorites. When it comes to the moderates, either Port Orleans resorts are a fabulous option. Totally agree with Randy there. Yeah, it blows my mind that this is a moderate. This is one of the moderate resort hotel options. That's crazy. Feels very luxury. So take advantage of that. But that's going to do it for us today, everyone. So thanks again, and I will see you all real soon. Bye, everyone.